Alright. Look at what we have. Those were from it came with the bracket. But I didn't really need them. At first, cut this off with the grinder, and you got some of the and brushed it down and drilled the hole with my Super SDS. Actually, oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna show you. I haven't taken it apart yet. Look at the size of this thing, monster. Yeah. That's a big bit. I can't remember if I got the 7/8 or the 1 inch. I think I got the 1 inch because the bolts themselves on these things are it's like 3/4, something like that. But they're pretty close. They feel pretty close with the jagged, concrete hole and everything. Tried to wiggle it around, make it a little bit bigger, and then you can see it's not showing on my screen. Show up. But this gray goo around there that's squeezing up, that is super concrete anchor bolt epoxy. Some tough stuff. And boy does it cure fast. Well, I mean, it's set really fast, and then it's supposed to cure within, I don't know, like an hour or something, 40 minutes. But already it was rock hard. I mean, like, I thought, oh, I'll just do like the 1, the 2, and then the 3, and then I'll go back and put in the bolt. No. By the time I got to this one and I pushed it in, and then I went back to the middle one, it was already hard. I was like, no, because I only have the one thing. So yeah, so I went to the very end one and started drilling on it. I was trying to drill it out so that I could just, get fresh, because anyway, it goes hard even in the tube, that I'm squeezing it out of. It'll clog up and harden fast, so you got to work fast on it. Anyway, yeah, drilled it and cleaned it out with my little brush. Blew it, make sure it's all like no powder or whatever, and then, but you can see that it's covered everything with white powder because it's yeah, because it's powdery, it's concrete. Anyway, so yeah, I made sure that I had all the right heights, and I used these as spacers to kind of know how high I needed to keep this thing level. And yeah, you can see the old one that was on there, and oh, it's nice material. Anyway, yeah, old piece of junk metal. Look at the difference in gauge. I got these super duper ones because I want this floor to be just super tight. Yeah, this almost looks custom. But either way, I one single screw hole there, one single screw hole here. It wasn't enough. So I got these things. I may use, for the big hole, I may use one of these guys, the lag bolts. But right now it's curing. So the goo, so I don't want to really do much with it. I took my chances and put these things in just to hold it still, but yeah. So it's mending. or whatever right now. Yeah, second one, second verse, same as the first. Love that hot metal look. I get the little the aluminum powdery galvanized stuff from these things that when I put them in and they're tight, it scrapes along as it goes, and I get this little flaking. So yeah. Spacers. Yeah, the one on the side too. It's still tight. I'm gonna have to wedge it out. Yeah, because I put it in and then I slammed it down to make sure that it's nice and tight. So yeah, super excited about that. Glad it went well though, because drilling into this I was like, well, it's a bunch of rocks. I don't know if he put rocks in the middle either. I mean, I did in some cases, right? In the middle of the concrete blocks I put rocks, but not too high, because I thought, I know I'm gonna put my bolt in there, my anchor bolt. So with these, yep, I just drilled on down, no problem. I'm super grateful that it went easy. Some of these I can't do in because these things are here, and so going in, it's going up against metal. Some are in between in the hole, and then I just kind of wedged it and then put it in. And oh yeah, and on this guy I went ahead and put a second one here and on the other side. And yeah, I trust the glue, but I don't trust it enough. So it's premium glue, so it should do just great. But there's a question, of whether it's affected differently because it's treated wood, and maybe it doesn't soak in, the way that it is expected to on normal wood. I don't know. So I put a thing on there, bracket, and nice and tight. It'll just be an extra layer of. That's a lot of metal. That's a lot of metal. That's a lot of wood holding it up too. So I'm trying these things out. I'm gonna turn this on its end, cut, put it down in there, bolt it, and then it has go straight across because I've made changes to my plans. I'm excited. So it's gonna line up with the edge of the window because I don't want anything blocking that window, but this is gonna be the edge of something. Yeah, super excited. All right, I'll tell you. I'm extra excited about it. I've decided because the deck is it's just too big. I like it, and it's nice, and the having a covered space to just sit and enjoy nature, and it's gonna be nice. However, I was planning to have my shower and my toiletry area and my incinerator toilet over in the storage, big storage building in my outbuilding. So, and as I was planning it over there, I thought, you know what? Why don't I just have it all storage over there and put my shower here? I want it in the open air. And if I have it open air over there, all my storage will be exposed to the open air. So I'm gonna close off this side The original is this far away from the wall, and that's 4 feet from this one to this one. It's just 4.5 feet, 5 feet. That's originally where they put it, and then the room went all the way out, and it was crappy and got rid of it. So what I decided is, since this is more narrow, and that's a good 6 feet, I'm gonna build like a low wall, that'll cover me while I'm showering, my nipples. But probably not my shoulders or feet or whatever. Yeah, and then I'll have the thing in the floor that I was planning, and have a grate, and it goes down to because it's just gray water, it's soapy water. So I'm just gonna have it go down to a little thing, and it'll go into a trough and be able to redistribute into the dirt. It'll be nice. But it'll move down and out from under, the deck. So yeah, and then there'll be a wall here, and I'm gonna walk over here. So this part will still be deck, just like planned. Then there'll be a few posts. Post here, post here. Now this will still be up to the roof, over the deck, but there will be one here and here and here that go up only 7-8 feet. Yeah, and I'll build my little wall around this area, and that'll be nice. I'll be living in here, come out, walk along my little thing, come in, shower, psh, 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 wash my hair, important things. And yeah, and then I will have a narrow thing. Well, and this being a small wall, I can have like shelves or whatever. Also, if there's a post here and a post here, I may do a few shelves or something between them, but other than that, it'll be just wide open. Yeah, so and then I'll have my sort of walkway through here, and I'll go out to away. So yeah, that's the super secret plan of the that stuff on here. Yeah. I kind of have a theory of that sawdust. When you leave sawdust like that, I kind of wonder, regardless of what kind of wood this is, if this is sawdust sitting here, I wonder if that's what attracts the whatever the little bugs, termites. Anyway, I wonder if that's what attracts them, and then they start working into the rest of the wood and get a taste for blood. I don't know. Just a thought. Still thinking about it. Look at all that sawdust. That's going nowhere. So, the third and final pier that was already existing, and I did the most work to it because all of them stand a little proud from the other ones, and so I tried to lower it as much as I could, the brackets and everything. And this one, rock is sticking up, concrete is sticking up, so you can see where I've cut and lowered that down so that this does not sit up as high. And then this part, super lots, you can see tons of dust. And what was I using? This guy. Yeah, tough blade. I like it. It's the double battery. Yeah, open up. It's a double battery. So they'll probably make one that's, because they got the new 40-volt line, and this is 18 volt and 18 volt, and so they'll make one with just one battery. I don't know. I jumped in with the 18, so it's good. This is the one I have, the Roxa. I love it. I've used it on the caliche. It cuts through like butter. And it's electric, so I can just charge it. The other one is gas powered, and it is big. It's like 16-inch or something like that. It's just huge. I mean, the blade it's massive. But yeah, it's gas powered, and it's just, yeah. So I'm excited, but I haven't used it yet. So you can see some of that stuff I squeezed. This stuff is hard as rock. Get a good look at that. That is that's squeezed out of the tube. Some of it was dark too. There's like a lighter and a darker and a yeah, that's cool stuff. Cutting through. Yeah, so I made a little trough for my wood to go through, and yeah, you can see that it's cut nice. Yeah, so, but of course also grinder, take off that thing, lower it down, and but then of course now I've got a small twist in the wood, this middle one. So that pops one end up, and you know, disappointed in that. And, I don't know, but either way, got nice straight lines. I've got my everything is level. It's super awesome. And this I noticed just slightly from the outside supporting joist. This one had like just a small like inch and a half on this side and an inch on that side, and so I basically took this one and I pushed it up boop 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 over, and then took that one, pushed it boop boop boop, and made it, you know, absolutely. Oh, what's going on with pickles? You find something? And so made it equal, you know, the distance here and here and all the way down. So it'll be nice. What you looking for? What'd you find? Was it your lizard friend? There was a giant lizard the other day. It was up on this piece of wood here, perched up like a beast, fat and happy. Well, I was trying to help Pickles get it, and he didn't get it. So I like to guide him though and say, you know, over here, oh yeah, that way, go. Yeah, so he smells it or something. He must have seen it. But there is nothing. I don't know. All right. Well, there you go. So then I've got, that's 11 feet from the outside of this joist to the outside of that joist. And then there's 6 inches all around. Got 6 inches here, 6 inches here, 6 inches here, here, here. And on the, there he goes. Go, boy. Over here. Go. Yeah. Here. You see it? There he goes. All right. It's hard to help when he's still looking for it, but oh well. I try to help. I try to be helpful. Anyway, the same distance. That way, it's equal, and it's easier for me to just put the joist in, measure it, have it exactly square. So, taking a little bit more time on this one than I did the outbuilding, because there's some discrepancies with the outbuilding. It's a little bit more trapezoid by an inch, or something like that. Yeah, it doesn't make me happy, but I got it as far as I could, and then so it's too far along. Yeah, so yeah, super excited. I kind of wanted to fix these though first, and get them done. These, it's always jumping up over, going down beneath. So, yeah, dusty. That's what I've been doing, and now that it's done, I'll throw out a few joists. And I went to the store. I got all that they had there, but they only had like 9 of them, something, 8 of them. So I got these other ones. They're all called hurricane ties, but I don't know. These ones are more expensive, and I'm surprised because those ones I thought would be more, because they're like diamond shape, a little bit more, sturdy to keep it from, going that way. Less than this one, but I mean more than this one. Anyway, so I'm gonna, yeah, I got just like 60, I think. 62, something like that. I have a bunch here, so I don't like a bunch, but like 7 or 8. So it equals out to be as much as I need. I need 72 because it's going to be 3 on every joist, and then it's going to all the way down, and they're going to be, well, unless I widen it. I was planning on 12 inches on center. The outbuilding is 14 inches on center, and they're super sturdy, so I don't know, but I was thinking, if I, math wise, 12 inches on center, this is 12 feet, and this is 12 feet, then it's so many, and then so many, and then times it by 3. So I think it came up to, 72. So yeah, that's where it's at. All right. And that's where Pickles is at. He's going back to the original location to see if he missed something, where maybe it went back to the place where it was, where I started chasing it. Yeah. Oh, and I pulled up this sidewalk. Just the parts that are broken, but also I broke this part on purpose so that I could dig the hole and get this stuff going. So pretty close to the ground. I don't like it so close, but yeah, it'll be fine. And then I may just do a small trough of gravel around it, so I don't get like water whoosh, going in. Do a little French drain, beep, and then go off that way. Seems like that's the place for the natural drainage, is over here. Possibly because that's where it was when they built the extension onto this cabin. So maybe it just wore its way in. But either way, when I was cleaning up after digging the holes and building the piers, I filled them back in, but I tried to get it to ramp down that way anyway, so it'll drain proper when it rains and stuff. But it's not raining too often, just a few times a year, and right now more than ever.